GYMDAD Fitness. Today we have our first nootropic review for you guys. This is Crtx Nutrition Focus. This is a focus energized blend combination of caffeine and also nootropics, which have really been coming on the scene. Helps provide mental benefits, mental clarity, almost like a feel-good effect without getting you crazy stemmed out and getting that jittery feeling going on that a lot of people don't like. So really cool. They've a lot of new like nootropic style drinks, nootropic style pills, very popular right now. So the CRTX is a capsule. It looks kind of like a powder, like a little mini powder thing, but obviously this thing is completely empty. That's how damn good it was. We'll get into the effects, but so the kind of uses for this one, before we jump into the label, is I see it as you either use it straight up as a nootropic, such as taking the full. They have a 3-pill and a 6-pill serving. We'll get down into the breakdown, but taking this thing as a full 6-pill serving and using this thing as like a mechanism to help you with work / study. And I'm not really seeing this as a pre-workout, but I will show you some instances on how you could utilize this to up your pre-workout if that's something you're interested in. But overall, so I've used this one. My wife's used this one. Our nanny who helps out with the kids has used this. I've even let her try this one, stacking it on her coffee. And so I've kind of wanted to get some different variations because I feel like this isn't like just the gym bro product right here. This can be used for anyone that is looking for energy and mental benefits for work, in life, kids, dealing with your kids / locking in the gym, things like that. So it's just an all-around life enhancer is kind of what I look at this one like. But let's get into the label breakdown. So we have this is a 3-cap, 6-cap serving. So they got 30, 15. And before I hop into the label breakdown, so don't forget, you can get this off the CRTX website with the GYMDAD code. I'll chuck that below. Also, I got this one off Amazon beforehand, and yeah, so definitely check it out on there too. Obviously, I think it's usually going to be a little bit cheaper through the website because you are able to also use that promo code, and then it costs some money to list it on Amazon. But I don't know, sometimes there's like subscribe and save deals and things like that, so keep your eye out for it. And you can also get it a lot freaking quicker doing that. I don't know, maybe they can send it out really fast too from their site too, but odds are usually Amazon is the quickest way to get it. But not a plug for Amazon. Obviously, I hardly buy any supplements off those guys, just when I need something like in a hurry. And so anyway, ingredient breakdown. 3015, you have vitamin B2, B3, and B6, folate, and B12. So we kind of got our general vitamin coverage here. And we're looking, I'm going to break it down doing the 3-cap, and I'll tell you why, because that's what I used it mostly at. But I'll tell you why I only did the 3. So you got 96, 47, 588, 188, 208 for the percentages. Now we get into the nootropic blend complex here. We have tyrosine at 500 milligrams, alpha GPC 30 milligrams, lion's mane at 250 milligrams, Becca extract, that's at 150 milligrams, Rhodia Prime at 150 milligrams. Rhodia Prime is one of those things we've been seeing in a lot of pre-workouts. I know I just hit the Historic Labs reviews, and those guys use Rhodia Prime, I believe, in almost every single product. And then that, what that's supposed to do is it's supposed to help you remove some of the anxiousness of the stimulant effects, but at the same time, it doesn't reduce like the adrenaline rush you get from the stems. Sometimes, like I know they have it in here. Next in the list is L-theanine at 100 milligrams, which is a little bit smaller in the dosage. But L-theanine is supposed to ease the anxiety of stimulants, but sometimes people find that it actually can take away because they want a little bit of that sense of urgency. But Rhodia Prime is kind of supposed to help with that anxiety aspect and increase like the overall nootropic effect without reducing the caffeine hit. And then we have 50 milligrams of caffeine, 50 milligrams of caffeine malate. This is the longer lasting. And then black pepper extract for absorption, and then huperzine A to wrap it all up at 100 micrograms. And that was the 3-cap breakdown right there. And so overall, how I've seen this one, I use this one as a 6-pillar, and it was very good. It provided great energy, but I'm going to stay focused on what I really like this one for. And that is stacking this thing 3 pills with like your morning cup of coffee, your Celsius, your I drink sometimes like 1/4 scoop of like pre-workout in the morning. Try to pick one with like no beta alanine, no alpha yo, and try to get around 100 to 150 caffeine. So when I did the 3 scoops, it was kind of getting me up to like that, because we got 50 or 3 caps. You got 50 of the caffeine anhydrase, 50 of the decaffeine malate. So that's going to yield around 20 to 30. So you have about a 70-gram add of caffeine. Plus I'm doing like 1/3 scoop of a pre, so it's like 150 right there. So just under 200, which is my goal, is to be somewhere between the 150 and 200 range, preferably more toward the 150 side on my morning caffeine drink. And so that was perfect for me. Loved it. Felt energy. You kind of feel it wearing off. It lasts literally all morning from like 7 a.m. till 12, 12:30. And you can kind of feel it dissipate, but it dissipates in a way where it doesn't like leave you feeling like shit or like crash. Like sometimes a black coffee might make someone feel in the morning. And so for people, I honestly think this is more of like for a work product, for something to help you get locked in, but not over the top. It did not take away from my, because it's not so excessive. Some of these nootropics I kind of stay away from. This is a Stim Junkie channel, so I'm going to mention things like Thermal Spark, some of the Pollen Nutrition, like really hardcore, time, it was like, I can't remember, it was Time something, but Pollen Nutrition. Um, but anyway, they had like a shot clock or something like that was on the warp speed or some shit like that. I can't remember, but those ones that kind of took away from my pre-workout experience later on the day, but this did not, just because it was so like mellow in the way that like it amped up my what I was utilizing for caffeine that morning, but it didn't put it over the top where I was just freaking wired for like, the whole entire morning. It just provided that nice subtle like increase of focus and like overall like feel good benefit. And who really liked this was my wife. She brought this thing to work. She had coworkers asking for the link. People wanted this. She was locked in the zone. But like just like me, she kind of said she felt it like dissipate right around, like she said, like it got her to lunch. And she said after lunch, I know you eat. It's been plus you're you're gonna be putting more food in your body, and this thing's already like used up most of its half life by that time period. So it makes sense. You don't expect all good things must come down. So it's nothing, no big surprise that it's gonna wear off. But she said it lasted longer than when she just drank her Celsius together. So she was taking this 3 caps in a Celsius, and it almost seems like a prolonger of like your morning coffee beverage. Like you drink same with our lady that helps out with her kids. She said the same thing. Like it stacking on top of the coffee just kind of made the coffee seem to like, that curve just kind of steadied out and lengthened out a bit. So it was a way to, without like breaking the caffeine bank, to like just add just a little bit more onto your morning routine. And so that's where I best see this one fit, is someone that's already has a morning routine going on. This is not changing it up. People love that. Like people have this, I'm not a coffee drinker, but I have lots of friends that are, and I was at one point, and it's almost like just a tradition. The smell of the aroma of it in the morning, mixing it up, putting your sweeteners and stuff. And so this isn't going to remove that. This isn't going to take away. Some people like that, cracking that energy drink in the morning. This isn't going to take away from that at all. It's going to enhance that. So this is something you can stack on top. Plus, this, with the theanine and rhodioprime in there too, it's also going to help ease some of those effects of those other beverages you're drinking if they don't have things like that. And also, lion's mane, freaking awesome. It was kind of fun to run something like this. I see all these ingredients in pre-workouts, but sometimes that high levels of caffeine can be so aggressive that it takes away from some of those nootropic benefits. So it was really fun and beneficial for me to kind of like experience this at low caffeine dosages and high dosages of the nootropics, so I could kind of feel how they really take place. And you can, like, they're gentle, but they're in the background there. You just kind of like, you don't even notice it, and then like until you don't use it that day, and then you're kind of like, damn, I really miss that thing. And so that's where I see this one, Focus Plus Energy CRTX. I think they have one without caffeine if you want to stack something on your coffee, but really don't want to like up any caffeine. But I mean, for 3 caps and you're only adding like 60 to 70 milligrams of caffeine, I think it's worth it. But overall, check this product out. If that sounds something like a interesting product you can put to use, I highly recommend. This is fun for the whole family right here, not just Stim Junkie, meatheads. But like, subscribe, catch me on the next review.